on, you're in my way. Still in my way. Hedged in your... Hedged in your garden, a winged warrior stands, and moving in a move of the cross's very heart. Well, there's a cross right there. Is that the winged warrior? We'll find out in a moment. What's gonna kill me? I knew it. Oh, dinner. It must be winged warrior. Okay. Furthermore, the warrior fights her ceaseless battle. She takes aim, her steady spear poised against the demons. So another warrior, but where? But where? Forevermore, the warrior fights her ceaseless battle. Well, there's not much over there. If I were a warrior... Carriage to carriage.
Here now, I want to talk to you. Whose side are you on?
What
then?
exactly are you accusing
Who are you
me of?
fighting for?
I'm no traitor.
What is your problem? You're a royalist. Look, you've got this coming then.
Now you're dead. Okay, if I were a warrior, park somewhere. Maybe this park? I think that's a park. Not really sure. Haven't been around this area enough to know what are parks and what aren't parks. So I'm looking for a statue with wings and a spear, right? Right. Terra. Warrior fights or ceases bat, not necessarily wings. Statue with a raised spear. No statues. That's a king, not a female warrior. Those are statues in church graveyards. There's a broken great headstone, but no statue. Apple tree. Okay. Solve the second riddle. I'm trying to solve the second riddle. Yeah, I can't open that one yet. No statues. If I were a statue, where would I be? Where am I? There, I think there's a park there, if I recall correctly. Not a park.
J'espère qu'il ne va pas voir.
Yeah, that's not a way to make friends. Calling people maggots. Well, it is a park. I don't see any statues. No statues. Where would it be? No. Like a palace or something. It's that medieval place that they're talking about. Been here, looked at that. Doesn't have what I want. Is it even in this district? Or is it in another one? Oh. Ah. Wow. Big crowd. That's just because I felt like it. Just because. Mission. Okay, any statues? No statues.
Bonjour et bienvenue ici.
Well, maybe it's in a different district.
Pas du tout, voyons.
I hear it.
Harry qui l'a bu.
Okay, I hear it. Okay, I do not see how this gets to be. I'm not arguing it, it's obviously there. Hedged in her garden, a winged warrior stand. No, it's the first one. Forevermore, the warrior fights her ceaseless battle. She takes aim, her steady spear poised against the demons. I'm not arguing it, I just want to know why it's this one.
Which bone will you break first, I wonder?
Why is it this one? I don't see a spear, I don't see demons. I don't see anything that would make it this one. Well, okay. To be punished or to be amused, the green heritage of Daedalus sees the lofty bishop looming over the resting rook. Be punished or be amused. Well, the Bastille is punishment, right? And you've got the... Daedalus was an inventor. Be punished or to be amused. So the theaters or the somewhere near the theaters and sees the lofty bishop looming over the resting rook. Green heritage of Daedalus. Maybe it's not a king. No, it's a king. Ooh, tutorials. No. To be punished or to be amused. Okay, so that the green heritage of Daedalus, so he was involved with the maze. Because he was, or he solved how to get the maze out. Lofty bishop over the resting rook. Over here, maybe? I thought I saw maybe some things that look kind of like a maze. I mean, I know there's one that is a maze.
Who are the revolutionaries? Yeah, you're in the way.
Sorry, dizzy. Oh. No, these aren't mazes.
Vous l'envoyez à Bicêtre.
I do not know. What's that landmark?
Ah, voilà un client.
What's that one?
Oh,
Okay.
à quoi rime tout ce rêve?
Peter. Rook. It's like Rook is another name for castle.
C'est amusant.
Or crow. Bishops would be churches. Daedalus, I know, was involved with the maze.
Tell me where the money's hidden.
J'ai une affaire à régler sur l'heure. Aussi, très loin.
He was an inventor.
Conscience, crois-moi.
You know, so these other ones, maybe it's in one of these other sections. So I know it's got involved with a maze.
Hey, now! Hey, that's mine!
Bienvenue à vous.
I don't know.
Tu devrais m'inquiéter?
Regarde ça.
Allons, gentilhomme.
Et pourquoi je me dis de cette fainéante et ma sœur
Et pour quelques pièces, vous pourriez même satisfaire votre...
Technically, it's involved with the labyrinth, not a maze. Okay. Let's see if there is a maze around here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Not really a maze. No. But we'll go there. I do not know. Hotel de Sully. In 1634, the Duc de Sully, a fairly dashing 74-year-old, expanded his townhouse to include a building at the bottom of the small garden, which still today juxtaposes the Place de Vosges, then the Place Royal. By now a tad senile, he was known to prance about under the square's arcades wearing outdated jewelry. Meanwhile, his wife, who was 50 years his junior, went from one lover to the next. It was from the terraces of the hotel that Madame de Sévigné and her friends watched the prisoner and alleged sorceress Catherine de Chaise, known as La Voisin, being carted away to be burned at the stake at the Place de la Grève on November 10th, 1680. It was also while coming out of this same hotel that the young Voltaire, already the darling of Parisian society, was set upon by the servants of the nobleman Chevalier de Rohan, who later had him imprisoned at the Bastille. They had quarreled over an actress. Voltaire was later cleared and would receive an annuity of 1,200 livres. Quest of Vosages. The square was originally named the Place Royale by Henry IV, who oversaw the design of its 36 pavilions. The king had requested perfect symmetry, 4 arcades and 2 rows of high windows for each pavilion. The square obliterated the field where, some decades before, Henry II had suffered a mortal wound in a jousting tournament and died in a building nearby. With the advent of the Revolution, it was no longer acceptable to carry a name honoring royalty, and the square underwent several name changes before, in 1792, settling upon a name to honor the regiment of volunteers from those Vosages who came to save the Republic. Since the historian doesn't want to be specific about what the Republic was saved from, I'm going to let you pick your preference from the following list: Austrians, Martians, zombie hordes.
Woohoo! Over here. Je parie qu'il avait...
Comme moi.
Okay. Temple District. Don't know where I'm going. Honestly.
Enough of your shouting. Yes, I'm talking to you. You're going to hand over all your money and do it. You're causing a scene.
Okay, I'm coming. Going up is where I'm going. Try and solve the final riddle. No, I'm probably reading way too much into it. But I gotta get this done anywho.
Am I having a problem?
Now, citizen.
Girls, guns, and money. Yeah, that may be, but right now all I really want to do is get up there. Which is all the way up top. Oh, up even higher, huh? Why do I hear it? Or am I hearing that thing? Oh, that's a different one. That's a different one. That's a different one. Okay. Right there's where I want to go. I knew there was a maze around here somewhere. I know Daedalus had... He helped Theseus solve the riddle of the labyrinth.
Les gens. Hein? Que se passe-t-il?
It's green. This is the park. Not sure about the rook and the bishop. The bishop would still be a castle. And the rook would still be a... amusements, yeah? There's the rook castle, yeah, okay. Fine, fuck me. Told you it was a maze. So let's see. General. Temple. After returning from the Crusades to Jerusalem, the Knights Templar built this stronghold in 1240 to serve as the headquarters of the order in Europe and the center of its charitable works. After King Philip IV betrayed the order and executed Jacques de Molay, the temple was used for a time by the Knights of Malta before being converted into a prison. Most of the royal French family were held within its walls, most notably Louis XVI, Marie Antoinette, and the Dauphin, Louis Charles. Now that would have made for a great reality TV show. Just add a public vote and some kind of eviction party in front of a jeering crowd. They could even yell "cut" as the guillotine fell. By the early 1800s, the prison had become a place of pilgrimage for royalists. Napoleon ordered it demolished to remove its use as a symbol of the old monarchy. Today it survives only as a stop on the Paris metro and is covered as a covered market in the third arrondissement. Its name is silent memorial to the betrayer king and a king betrayed. No, I want to read this. Database. Case files. Capricorn, Leo, Mars, Terra. Still don't get that one. Poised against the demons. I didn't see any. To be punished or to be amused. So we're near the theater. Not sure about the punishment. The green heritage of Daedalus, that would be the maze. Sees the lofty bishop looming over the resting rook. So this would be the rook. So is there... That would be the lofty bishop, I guess. Not really sure.
decided I don't.
Ow.
Tu pars les ennuis en prévision? Qui veut mes belles cocardes?
Okay. Well, let's do those two. First, let's go get my money. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good morning, sir.
4392.
Not a bad take.
Okay. Now let's go back. Let's go back. Let's see. Do the one and we'll. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Okay. Critical come down. Escapist.
Where are the valuables? I'll tear this place apart and...
Okay. Critical come down. Hello. Stop public consensus from suppressing
Pierre
theatrical.
Beaumarchais, playwright, diplomat, and bon vivant. I'm told you can help me. The public censors are oppressing new plays, including one of mine. They've paid a critic to give it a bad review, and are planning to censor the production itself. Could you steal the review before it goes to press, and then, suppress the censors?
Pierre-Augustin Caron de Beaumarchais. The French playwright, inventor, best known for his 3 Figaro plays, he dabbled in everything: arms dealing, diplomatic negotiations, watchmaking, rebellion. the slave trade literature early on. He even gave music lessons to the daughters of Louis XV. He covertly helped the American revolutionaries in their bid for independence, and his play The Marriage of Figaro helped foment popular discontent among the aristocracy in France. However, once the revolution began, he ran afoul of the Revolutionary Committee and landed in the Abbaye prison. He narrowly escaped the wave killings of 1792 known as the September Massacres, having been released literally the night before they began. You know, I don't like this color. It's kind of icky. Looks like baby puke. Oh, so we'll change that. Enough for what I want to do. Sunset Valley, it's still ugly, but hey, why not? Vermilion and green? Not really a good color. Find the critic. Where is the critic? This one?
Posez cette agitation.
Some of these colors are really, really ugly.
Your voice, Captain.
Already did.
Keep eyes and ears open.
People love to read a bad review. This one will sink Beaumarchais for good, and I haven't even seen the play.
Commissioner, scathing review. See that this review is printed in your journal under your name, payment enclosed. Office of the Public Censor, Le Petit Arsenal, Marriage of Figaro is a royalist screed. Some of our theatre artists absurdly believe that plays such as Monsieur Beaumarchais wrote during the full monarchy are still to be enjoyed now that we have a republic. His play The Marriage of Figaro was thought to stand as an attack on the aristos a decade ago, but it is time has passed and will soon be forgotten. Cannot our play Smith's concoct theatre in accordance with the new principles? Must we view this musty dredge filled with the extravagant costumes of those that should lose their heads? No, I say, enough. Monsieur Beaumarchais should look to his own head, and anyone who attends this farce should look to theirs. Marriage of Figaro. Written by the playwright Pierre-Augustin Caron de Beaumarchais, The Marriage of Figaro played for the first time on April 27, 1784 at the all-new Théâtre d'Odéon in Paris. It followed from The Barber of Seville. The play was popularly received as an indictment of the aristocracy. Each of its 5 acts criticizes the privileges and hierarchies inherent to the ancient regime. In the play, the main character, the valet Figaro, must foil the plans of his master, the Count Almaviva, who intends to take advantage of his bride-to-be Susanna. The defining moment of the play is Figaro's long monologue in the 5th act, when he directly challenges the Count. What have you done to deserve such advantages? Put yourself to the trouble of being born, nothing more. At the time, such words were scandalous, and within his broad comedy, Beaumarchais had pithily summed up the logic of the coming revolution. In 1786, Mozart composed music for an opera based on the play.
Now you've broken the law!
No! You and now! I'll see... You're mine, you bastard!
I didn't do squat. It's nothing that you guys saw. Except stand there.
a minute. What do you want then? Are you a royalist? What exactly are you accusing me of? I'm no traitor.
Hey. Get in here. Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Just a figment of your imagination. That's all. Don't see him yet. Oh, there he is. Where is he? How far down?
Is that your top three, Weezer? Got you!
Wait, waving your sword around like a fool.
Eh bien, quelqu'un me racontera la suite des événements. Une lucieux esprit.
Could have done it better. Could have done it worse. Okay. Well, now I really have to go.
What are you planning, royalist?
Haven't seen any newspapers recently. I wonder what.
Agile.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a?
Oh, I didn't do nothing.
Don't run off! I'm a good guy! Good at smashing, ripping, tearing, and even amputation!
Yum.
Ah, soyez le bienvenu, monsieur. Robert fait la fortune de cet endroit.
difficulty. Illustrate the religions of Bastille to recover a famous rope ladder.
Years ago, when I escaped from the Bastille, I left behind the rope ladder I fashioned from twine and firewood. It's famous now, but the Bastille's guarded because of the looting. Could you, citizen, retrieve my rope and bring it back? It's somewhere in that vast edifice. You'll have to get the location from the quartermaster.
Fine.
Faites un peu attention, d'accord?
Thank quartermaster. Locate the quartermaster. Okay. Walked along, joined summer. I'm not gonna kill him. Now I have to get into the Bastille. And there is a couple ways to do that. There's no windows over there though. Windows over here though. So I have done this before. Okay, I see someone. Right there. So where exactly am I going? On that side, huh?
Something's wrong here. Christ! Who's taking us down? Who's killed him? Who saw what happened?
Didn't see me. You forget about me. Go back to your patterns. You don't care. Someone trying to get out of the fucking window. I'm having a bloody hard time doing it. Let's go seek Gilitude. And then we will go and finish up the housework.
Thank you, my friend. It makes a fine memento.
Okay. Tell me I walked right past this window and didn't see it. I did. Jean-Henri Messieurs de Latude was thrown into prison by Louis XV's mistress, Madame de Pompadour, although for a good reason. Indeed, acting out of greed and ambition, he had invented a false conspiracy against her. He had secretly sent her a vial of poison, followed by a letter warning her about the poison. Imprisoned in Vincennes, he escaped, was captured, and locked up in the Bastille. He escaped again, using a makeshift ladder, again captured and again sentenced to Vincennes. He escaped one last time. In 1787, he had published his memoirs in which he recounted his various escapes from prison, including that of 1755 when he broke out of La Bastille through the chimney using the aforementioned rope ladder. When the Bastille was taken, he recovered the ladder and offered it, with great pomp, to the Hôtel de Ville. During the Revolution, he seized every opportunity to present himself as a tormented victim of tyranny. The storied rope ladder can be found today in the Carnavalet Museum in Paris. Okay. 3, 4, 3. And that'll be all for today. Or for now. Told you it was a short one.